Archaeologist Ethan Shaw has spent his entire career searching for the lost city of Zerzura. Legends say it's hidden deep within the Egyptian desert, filled with treasures beyond imagination. After years of searching, Ethan finally stumbles upon an ancient map that he believes will lead him to Zerzura. As he ventures into the desert, Ethan's excitement grows. He follows the map, navigating treacherous sand dunes and ancient ruins. But he's not alone. A rival archaeologist, Dr. Liam, is hot on his heels, determined to claim the treasure for himself. As Ethan reaches the entrance to the lost city, he realizes that he's in for more than he bargained. The city is said to be cursed, and Ethan begins to suspect that he's not the only one searching for Zerzura. As Ethan stepped into the lost city, he felt a shiver run down his spine. The air was thick with an otherworldly energy, and he could sense that he was being watched. He began to explore the ancient structures, marveling at the intricate carvings and hieroglyphics that adorned the walls. Suddenly, he stumbled upon a hidden chamber deep within the city. Inside, he found a treasure trove of gold and jewels. But it was the ancient artifacts that caught his attention. A golden sarcophagus, adorned with symbols of the ancient gods, seemed to be emitting a strange glow. Ethan's excitement was short-lived, as he heard the sound of footsteps echoing through the chamber. Dr. Liam had caught up with him, and he didn't look happy. "You'll never leave this place alive, Shaw," Dr. Liam sneered, his eyes gleaming with a sinister intensity. Ethan knew he had to act fast. He grabbed a nearby artifact, ready to defend himself against his rival. But as he did, the chamber began to shake, and the symbols on the walls started to glow with an eerie light. The chamber's shaking intensified, and Ethan stumbled, losing his balance. Liam lunged at him, but Ethan dodged just in time. As they clashed, the symbols on the walls pulsed brighter, and the air filled with an electric charge. Suddenly, the sarcophagus lid burst open, releasing a blinding light. Ethan and Liam shielded their eyes, momentarily blinded. When they opened them again, they found themselves face to face with a figure emerging from the sarcophagus. It was an ancient pharaoh, his eyes blazing with power. "You have disturbed the rest," he thundered. "Now you will face the consequences." Ethan and Liam exchanged a terrified glance. They knew they had to escape, but the pharaoh's wrath was not to be underestimated. The pharaoh's voice was like thunder, shaking the very foundations of the chamber. Ethan and Liam knew they had to act fast if they wanted to survive. They turned to make a run for it, but the pharaoh was too quick. With a wave of his hand, the entrance to the chamber sealed shut, trapping them inside. "You will pay for your trespass," the pharaoh declared, his eyes blazing with fury. "You will face the trials of the ancient ones." Suddenly, the chamber began to change around them. The walls shifted, and the floor dropped away, revealing a deep pit. Ethan and Liam found themselves standing on a narrow ledge, with no way to escape. The pharaoh raised his hand, and a figure emerged from the shadows. It was a massive stone statue, its eyes glowing with an otherworldly energy. "The trials begin," the pharaoh declared. "You will face the guardian of the dead." The stone statue began to move, its massive stone body lumbering towards Ethan and Liam. The ground shook beneath their feet as it approached, its eyes fixed on them with a cold, unyielding gaze. Ethan and Dr. Liam knew they had to act fast if they wanted to survive. They looked around frantically for a way to escape, but the chamber seemed designed to trap them. The pharaoh's laughter echoed through the room, a cold, mirthless sound. The statue raised its massive fist, and Ethan and Dr. Liam dodged just in time. The fist crashed into the wall, sending rocks tumbling down around them. The statue was relentless, attacking them with a ferocity that seemed almost supernatural. As they dodged and weaved, trying to avoid the statue's blows, Ethan stumbled upon a weakness. The statue's eyes, glowing with an otherworldly energy, seemed to be its source of power. If they could disable the eyes, they might be able to defeat the statue. Ethan and Dr. Liam exchanged a desperate glance. They knew they had to act fast. Ethan grabbed a nearby rock and hurled it at the statue's left eye, while Dr. Liam launched himself at the right eye, using his body weight to smash into it. The statue roared in rage as its eyes shattered. Their glow extinguished, it stumbled, its massive body swaying uncertainly. Ethan and Dr. Liam took advantage of the momentary distraction to make a run for it. They sprinted across the chamber, the statue's enraged bellows echoing behind them. They reached the wall and began to frantically search for a hidden passage or a weakness in the stone. As they searched, the pharaoh's voice boomed through the chamber once more. "You may have defeated the guardian," he declared, "but the trials are far from over. The maze of reflections awaits you." Suddenly, a section of the wall slid open, revealing a dark and twisting passageway. Ethan and Dr. Liam exchanged a wary glance, knowing they had no choice but to face whatever lay ahead. Ethan and Dr. Liam steeled themselves and stepped into the maze of reflections. The passageway twisted and turned, with mirrors lining the walls, creating a dizzying maze of reflections. They navigated the labyrinthine passage, their reflections staring back at them from every angle. As they walked, the mirrors began to distort their reflections, twisting and elongating their images. Ethan and Dr. Liam exchanged a nervous glance, unsure of what lay ahead. Suddenly, the mirrors started to shatter, one by one, each explosion sending shards of glass flying everywhere. Ethan and Dr. Liam covered their faces, protecting themselves from the flying debris. When the last mirror shattered, a figure emerged from the wreckage. It was a dark reflection of themselves, its eyes blazing with malevolent intent. "You will face your darkest fears," the reflection declared, and emerged transformed, or succumb to the shadows forever. The dark reflection began to circle around Ethan and Dr. Liam, its eyes fixed on them with an unnerving intensity. "You have faced the guardian," it said, "but can you face yourselves?" As it spoke, the chamber began to change around them. The walls disappeared, replaced by a vast, dark expanse. Ethan and Dr. Liam found themselves standing on a precipice, staring out into an endless void. Their dark reflection began to taunt them, bringing forth their deepest fears. Ethan saw visions of failure and loss, while Dr. Liam was confronted with images of the abandonment and rejection. Ethan and Dr. Liam knew they had to confront their fears head-on if they wanted to survive. They steeled themselves and turned to face their dark reflection, ready to face whatever lay ahead. Ethan and Dr. Liam stood firm, facing their dark reflection. "We won't back down," Ethan declared, his voice steady. Dr. Liam nodded in agreement, his eyes locked on the reflection. The reflection sneered, but Ethan and Dr. Liam held their ground. They began to confront their fears, facing the doubts and anxieties that had haunted them for so long. As they did, the void around them began to dissipate, replaced by a warm golden light. The dark reflection let out a defeated scream, its form dissipating into nothingness. Ethan and Dr. Liam stood tall, their faces set with determination. They had faced their fears and emerged stronger. The pharaoh's voice boomed once more. "Well done, adventurers. You have passed the trials. The treasure of Zerzura awaits you." A hidden door swung open, revealing a chamber filled with gold and jewels. Ethan and Dr. Liam exchanged a triumphant glance, their rivalry forgotten in the face of their shared victory. As they entered the treasure chamber, Ethan and Dr. Liam were met with a sight that took their breath away. Gold and jewels sparkled in the dim light, and ancient artifacts lay scattered about, each one more breathtaking than the last. Ethan's eyes widened as he spotted a golden statue of Anubis, its eyes gleaming with lapis lazuli. Dr. Liam, meanwhile, was drawn to a chest overflowing with gold coins, each one stamped with the symbol of the pharaohs. As they explored the chamber, they began to realize the true extent of their discovery. They had uncovered a piece of history that would rewrite the books, and they were the ones who would get to share it with the world. But as they reached for the treasure, the pharaoh's voice boomed once more. "Remember, adventurers, the treasure comes with a price. You must ensure that it is used for the greater good." Ethan and Dr. Liam exchanged a glance, knowing that they had a responsibility to honor the pharaoh's wishes. They vowed to use the treasure to further their understanding of the ancient world, and to share their discovery with the world. As they left the chamber, they knew that their adventure was far from over. They would have to navigate the complexities of the modern world, all while keeping the secrets of the ancient world safe. But for now, they could bask in the glory of their discovery and look forward to the adventures that lay ahead. With the treasure of Zerzura in hand, Ethan and Dr. Liam emerged from the lost city, ready to face the challenges and opportunities that their discovery would bring. They had overcome their rivalry and worked together to achieve their goal, and they knew that their friendship would last a lifetime. As they stepped out into the bright sunlight, They were greeted by the warm desert breeze and the endless possibilities that lay before them. They knew that their journey was just beginning, and they were eager to see what the future held. And so, Ethan and Dr. Liam set off into the unknown, their hearts full of excitement, and their spirits buoyed by the thrill of discovery. They had uncovered a piece of history, and in doing so, had discovered a new appreciation for each other, and for the ancient world that had brought them together.